Okay, who's ready to record? I am. Oh, yes, Daddy. Everyone that we meet in this life is an important piece of building our own puzzle, our own millennium puzzle, like in the 1990s anime Yu-Gi-Oh! In the 90s anime Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yugi Moto is a young high school boy who finds a magical, mystical item called the Millennium Puzzle, which is made up of a bunch of tiny little pieces. And when he puts them together, he gets access to kind of like an alternate soul that's an ancient pharaoh named Atem. And through this access to Atem, he gets increased luck, increased probability, better confidence, charisma. All of these magical, amazing things come to him once he taps into the power of the puzzle. This really serves as an analogy for the people who come into our lives. The entirety of our life is spent building our own millennium puzzle in a way. Every single person, from your mom and your dad and your siblings if you have any, to like the cashier who checks you out at the local Aldi, those are all people who are particularly put in your life by the universe for a very particular reason. Every single person we run into, we are meant to learn something from. Every single person we run into, we are meant to gain a new perspective from. And when we say like learn something from, it's really easy to think of it as like, oh, like this person is smarter than me. It doesn't have to be a smarter than you. It can be like a, wow, I don't want to end up like you, which is why some people are put into our lives. And once you realize that every single one of those people are incredibly important and they hold a very vital piece of your own millennium puzzle, you will be able to tap into your purpose. You will be able to tap into your purpose so much easier. And what you were put on the universe to do will be so much clearer. Once you really, really, really do that introspective work to see every single person and see, what can you teach me? Instead of seeing someone and saying like, diminishing their worth, or saying like, I don't really want to learn anything from you. Instead of seeing that light in them and saying, there is something that you can offer me. There is something that you particularly were put in front of my face for a very particular reason for me to learn from you. I wonder what that is. And then all of a sudden, you start interacting with the world around you so much differently. Everything, so much differently? Interacting with the world so much differently. Was that English? Differently so much? Everything all of a sudden has a purpose. Everything all of a sudden has a deeper meaning. And all of a sudden you're noticing the coincidences that happen. Because this person gave you this piece of advice, and this person gave you that same piece of advice, and this person that you don't want to be like did not give you that advice. I'm going to start listening to this person. Or this person says this thing happens so often in the universe, and then all of a sudden you start noticing it too. And you're like, whoa, like they really opened my eyes to something I wasn't even paying attention to before. That is what I mean. That is the piece of the millennium puzzle. And as you keep those pieces, and as you start arranging those pieces, all of a sudden you're making this amazing mosaic of like what your life is supposed to be like and what your higher purpose and what your higher self is trying to find. And if you're thinking, damn, this video is a really important piece of my own millennium puzzle, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it, friend. What I want you all to do is start using the world as this never-ending resource of information and knowledge that is always with you. So if you want to get the results that you really want out of life, you have to start looking at your own millennium puzzle. What pieces do you already have? What pieces do you have in the wrong place? What piece do you have flipped around that you need to start looking at it this way? Because you've been looking at it this way this whole time and you thought, okay, like I don't know what to do with this. But all of a sudden when you flip it this way, all of a sudden it fits perfectly with this place and you're like, oh, okay, that's what it's meant to be saying to me. You really have to start reevaluating things. And the best advice I can give you is journaling. The best advice I can give you is really taking that time to like meditate and come to be one with your higher self, right? Once you start to like draw, pun intended, from your higher self, everything becomes so much more intentional and so much clearer. When Yugi taps in and locks into Atem, they become one. And all of a sudden he has this immense wealth of knowledge. This immense well of knowledge? He has so much knowledge that he can pull from that gives him the ability to win these duels. And when things seem difficult, and when he's up against literally like the force of a god card, he is able to find these ways to like pull the right card, to find the right combo, to put the right cards together, to find the key that he needs to win that duel, to find victory, to achieve his purpose, to keep going on his goal, to finding out who Atem really is, to protecting the world from evil, to getting the next Egyptian god card, to finding the love of Taya Gardner. Although that never really happens. So you really need to start doing that. Start drawing from yourself. Start really taking notice of what people are saying to you. How do people treat you? What advice do people offer you? Really take that to heart, because it's happening for a reason. People are not wasting their breath on you for no reason. This is all happening in so many particular ways. You just have to tap in. You just have to be cognizant and aware enough and come to the forefront to be able to experience it. And once you do, everything changes. So I want you to go out there into the world and start building your millennium puzzle and start tapping into your higher self. Okay? That is the goal. That is what we all need to be doing. And the amazing thing is, it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. It's just taking that time to be aware of it happening and then being the one who drives the process, instead of feeling like you're the one being driven around everywhere crazy. So thank you, friend, for watching. I really appreciate it. And if no one's told you this today, I know that your dreams are going to come true. Thanks for watching. Bye.